All right, welcome everybody to $20 million referrals. This is 20 million in 20 minutes. We'll fire you through all sorts of different referral activities, tips, and suggestions. We're planning ahead for the month of June right now. So let's dive right into it. What we're going to cover today is talking about leveraging curiosity to be top of mind with your sphere. We're going to talk about individual and personal messages and doing those in a fraction of the time. Show you how to do that. Super excited about that process. Teaching your database how to refer you, super important. People can only do what they're taught, right? And then turning your vendors into referral generation machines. And a little bit of a bonus at the end, talking about future casting your business. So a lot to get through. Let's talk about curiosity. So pulled up a definition here. A strong desire to know or learn something. And then down below in the quotes, filled with curiosity, she peered through the window to look at the house for sale across the street. So, okay, this is a real definition. I may have added the to look at the house across the street, but the peer through the window is definitely part of it. So let's talk about curiosity and what happens with it. A little bit about the brain. Does anybody know and willing to take a guess, what is the brain's reward chemical? Like what does it release? Ah, there we go, Michelle. Dopamine. Awesome. Love it. Great job. That's exactly it. And so here's why curiosity is such a powerful tool for us to stay top of mind. This is from an article about the science of curiosity. So your brain rewards you for being curious and for pursuing that curiosity. And they've determined that dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, good job, Michelle, is intricately linked to the brain's curiosity state. So when we explore and satisfy that curiosity, the brain just floods us with that dopamine, and that makes us actually feel happier. So, and then because we're getting rewarded, it increases the likelihood that we're going to want to satisfy that curiosity again. So it encourages us to continue to be looking and searching and being curious. What is one of the things that we know so many homeowners are curious about? They are curious about what's going on in their neighborhood. And that's a big activity for June, is taking either the phone or voicemail dialogues or the email or text and using those to let the people in your sphere, in your database, know what's going on in that neighborhood. Feed into that curiosity and be the one that satisfies their curiosity, and that's going to keep you top of mind if you do this consistently, and we recommend doing it quarterly. Now, if you want to take that a step further, and we've talked about this before, if you want to automate that a little bit, if hey, those text messages or those emails are a little too much to do or feel like to get done right now, create small neighborhood searches for your clients who have purchased, or for anybody in your sphere who's a homeowner. And here's what you can do. Give them a call, send them a message, an email, or whatever. Let them know that you're doing it. Hey, just want to keep you up to speed. Here's the way that I do it. I create a quote unquote neighborhood watch search just for your immediate neighborhood so that you can always know what's going on. This keeps them going to your site in having you be the source of all that information instead of them searching other portals out there. And this again helps you stay top of mind, and you can automate all of this through your CRM or through the MLS. So highly recommend you do it, and it gives you that free touch of letting them know that, hey, here's what I'm going to do. So don't take people off searches once they've purchased. Just shrink that search down so it's what they care about in their immediate neighborhood. As well, you can play on the curiosity of what it is that they dream about, what it is that they really enjoy, what's fun for them. Everybody loves looking at amazing homes. I think we've all probably got lost looking at great Airbnbs of places to stay and lost all sorts of time doing that, or scrolling through different great listings. And so Your people are doing the same thing, but just make sure they're doing it with all the information that you're provided and on your site. So create these just for fun or luxury look searches for them and get them going on it. And then let them know that you're doing it so that when they see it and it comes through, they know what it is and they'll spend more time looking at it. Tell you some different ways that you can continue to improve and really make the system the most effective. We talked about this too, but when you do the program with someone else, with a friend, with a colleague, 65% more likely to hit your goal and 95% more likely if you're having regular ongoing meetings, whether that's attending here regularly every month or meeting with another person, a colleague, or several colleagues, just to keep everybody else on track and share ideas and keep moving forward. You can see Michael and Jen texting over here. And speaking of that texting, that's what we want to talk about from those personal messages and getting that information out quickly and easily, but keeping it personal. And for that, we're going to talk about the Reach app that you can download on your phone. And I'm going to play a quick video that I put together of just showing how it works on my own phone because I love this app. I think you're really going to like it and it's going to work fantastic for a lot of the text message templates that are in the $20 million program already. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this off and just let this video play for all of you right now. This is by far my favorite app right at the moment. It's called Reach. You can get it on the App Store. You're going to want to get the paid version. It's about $70 for the entire year, super cheap. But for anybody who sends out a lot of text messages out into their database and wants those text messages to go out quickly and to come specifically from your phone number and be able to personalize each one, this app is for you. So say, for instance, you want to invite a large group of people to an event you're hosting, but you want to personalize those messages and you want to do it quickly. Reach is the perfect app for that. Or if you want to thank everybody who attended that event and you want to do it through text message, have it come from your phone, but personalize each one of them and be able to do it super fast. Reach is your app for that. Father's Day is coming up, so I'm going to use that as an example. What we're going to want to do first is create a list of people that we're sending the text message to. So I'm in the Reach app. I've selected the groups tab. I've already started a fathers group just to make it go a little bit easier. So you can see in here, I've added 4 fathers. You can add more people to the list, hit the plus button, and then you can go through your contacts, scroll, click, and add, or hit the 3 little buttons down at the bottom and import CSV file if you have a group of fathers from your CRM that you want to add to this list. You can add many more than 4. I just did 4 to make it quick and easy. Now we want to craft our message. So we're going to back out of there. We're going to click on messages and we're going to write a new message. We will just say Happy Father's Day. And then what we can do is we can add and personalize the field. So we're going to personalize it with a first name. We're going to put exclamation point. And then to take it a step further, I'm going to actually go to my photo library in here and I'm going to select a short video that I made just saying, hey, happy Father's Day. Hope you have a great day. Hope you showed lots of appreciation and love for all that you do for your family. Enjoy the day to the fullest. I got the message ready. I click done. I click the arrow at the top and I select the fathers list that I want it to go out to. You can see there's some blue check marks there. That will send it out to each one of the fathers that I have a blue check mark by. If you want to remove a check mark or remove somebody from the list, you just click next to it. And now we're ready to send. And again, you could have many more people than this, but we are just going to send these 2 just as an example. We'll hit the button there and boom, there is my first text message. Happy Father's Day, Ricky. I can now edit this. I could add to it if I would like, just like I would any other text message, or I could send it as is. Now it's going to create the second text message that's coming to me. I'm the second one on the list. Again, I could edit this in any way I want, personalize it. I click send, and then it's going to continue to create all of those text messages all the way down your list. And you can see I will get my text message popping up soon. There it is right there, coming from me, from my cell phone, not a CRM cell phone. So super great app, super inexpensive reach. You can get it on the App Store. Again, if you send out a lot of text messages, want to do it quickly, but personalize them, this is the app for you. All right, awesome. Yeah, hopefully you guys like that. Anybody like that? Let us know in the chat. Great, great tool and really inexpensive. And I really love the fact that it's those text messages are coming from your actual cell phone to keep it much more personal versus some other random number that you might get from your CRM. So please download it, check it out. I promise you will like it. And I love the fact that you can add photos or videos to it when you're sending out these multiple text messages versus having to always go back and attach every single time that you're using it.
Couple of questions on that, Dave. Can you do that from your desktop too, or is that just mobile?
I have not tried it for my desktop. That's a
Okay.
great question. So I would try that. Let us know, and we'll get the message back out to the rest of the group.
Sure. And then the second thing, when you made that, does it require you to hit send on each text that you have in there, or can you do like a send all and it will just blast it?
Yeah, so you can actually change a setting in there where you can say, hey, I don't want to click and see each one, just send all of them at once. Or you can say, send all of them 10 seconds apart, 20 seconds apart, whatever you choose. So, yes, you can change that and adjust it.
Nice. Awesome.
I'm Dave Veldkamp with $20 million referrals in Remax GR. I hope you enjoyed the video that you just watched. If you feel like you've received any value from the information we share on a regular basis, all we ask is that you please keep our firm in mind if you come across agents or individuals who are looking for something new or different. We might be a good fit for them. Your referrals would mean the world to us. They can get in touch with us through the links in the description. Thank you so much. Jumping into the referral partners and using your vendors to turn them into referral generation machines. This QR code, if you grab it here, or if on the presentation when we send it out, you can click on the link. This is going to take you to about an 8-minute video that will talk you through the entire process of how you leverage vendors and turn them into referral machines for you. So I encourage you to check that out. We won't go through it today just for the sake of time, but watch that video. It's super easy. And then there's a few resources that you can use to help you out if you're going to create your own vendor list. One is the 26 different service providers who should be on your list. You can download that from the site and start developing that list. You all have great partners out there that you've used before. At our office, we've created an office list as well that's been compiled and curated from agents across our firm, and that's available for all of our agents, and we preload that into our CRM over here, so that's super easy to send out and ready to go. You can also edit it as well, so that's specific to you if you want to change some things out or add some people to it. Highly encourage you to do that. And I'm going to give a big shout out to Brian on this one. He's actually on the call, but I stole a little bit of his email that he sent out for his AC tune-up. He's working with a vendor, and he's turning this vendor into a referral machine because he's negotiated a discount for an AC tune-up with West Michigan Heating and Air Conditioning, and he sent that out to his entire sphere. So now his sphere is getting the big benefit of having this discount. Brian's showing how much he cares about his clients because he's helping them care for their home. He's thinking about them after the sale. And who's West Michigan Heating and Air Conditioning going to be thinking about after they're getting this business from Brian and they come across people who want to list their home or buy a new home? Now, all of a sudden, Brian is top of mind for them because he's bringing them business as well. So Brian, you're on the call, and I just wanted to say, kudos to you. Congratulations. This is great. So glad that you did this, and looking forward to seeing how well it worked out. Getting a good response from people so far.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has reached out or well, not everyone, but a lot of people have reached out in some fashion. Thank you. I already have a service, or thank you. I'm going to use this, or thank you. But my AC unit is in disrepair, and I'm afraid to have someone out. So, some response to it, and it's been great, and it was super easy. I just copied and pasted a lot of things that you had, and then added to it and made a couple phone calls, and yeah, it probably took me, maybe an hour's time.
Love it. Love it. That's great. And yeah, and you know what? Those people that maybe are having trouble with their AC, maybe if they get somebody out, maybe they can get a little bit of extra time out of it, all those things. So it's just a great benefit, and it really shows that you're thinking about them and that you care. And that's the biggest part. Whether they use this or not, the point is that you showed how much you cared for them and that you were thinking about them. And that's really what your sphere uh, what impacts them the most. All right, this is Bob. Bob's still waiting for his first referral. And the reason is Bob never taught his database how to refer him. So here's the lesson. Don't be like Bob. We put in here tips for teaching people how to refer you. So whether it's providing the context, tips on how you ask for those referrals, tips for how you provide your contact information, or how to make it easy for your database to provide your contact information. Making sure that you talk to your database about, hey, what are the things that you want to be known for, or what's a really easy thing for them to remember when talking about you and passing on your information. Great agent in New York City, he talks about, hey, he's passionate about relationships, real estate, and results. And it's just those 3 R's. And that's all he wants his sphere to remember for when they're talking about him, that he's passionate about those 3 things. You got to talk to him. He gets those results. He's great at real estate, and he really builds strong relationships. Super easy. Ways to express gratitude. Your referral partners, tips around that, which we just talked about with vendors as well. And then a little bit of a pro tip at the bottom that talks about creating this referral box. So I encourage you to dive into those, but it's super important, because if we don't teach our sphere how to refer you, or teach them how important referrals are for you in your business and how that helps you serve them better, you will end up like Bob, and we don't want to be like Bob. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Any guesses on who said that? Who's that quote attributed to? All right. The one I like to attribute it to is Abraham Lincoln, and I believe this is such a true statement. We have things that we are in control of, and making the right decisions helps us create that future. And so what we want to encourage you to do is called future casting, and to future cast your business. And to help with this, we put together a short video for you that you can watch. You'll get a link afterwards, or you can use the QR code here, as well as we put together a short document that's just going to ask you some questions to help you through this process. And the whole idea is picturing what your business will look like exactly 1 year from now, in really creating and painting a vivid picture of what that is, asking all sorts of questions, from how much you're earning, where's the business coming from, have you hired anybody, how many hours a week are you working, how much time are you spending with your family, all these things, so that you really get down to the specifics of what you want your business to look like. Then the key thing with that, once you've painted that picture, does it look different than what you're experiencing right now? And the tough questions here are, we know that doing the same thing produces the same results, right? That's been proven. So if we want a different result, if that vivid picture looks different than now, we have to ask ourselves, what are we willing to do differently to get there? And so really dive into that and examine it, and start putting that into practice, because your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. And so this whole future casting process is just trying to help you say, okay, if that's the different outcome I want, what do I need to do today in order for it to look like that? Talking about June, so just a few days to remember. Big days like Father's Day, Juneteenth, the first day of summer, all coming up, as well as June is home ownership month. So if you want to drop that hashtag on a lot of your posts out there, something to remember that the entire month is all about home ownership and helping first-time home buyers get their first home and build wealth through that. If you're looking for more things around June as well, jump to the membership site and you can see and download ideas for social posts for the entire month of June. All right, here's the activities that are highlighted. If you take a look at your referral planner, your reasons to call or leave voicemail, your reasons to email or text, mail or send postcards. We highlighted a few of our favorites there, from obviously the Father's Day, for a reason to call or leave a voicemail. You can do that through a text message as well, or send a postcard for that, but celebrate that in some way. Your annual vendor list, sending that actual list out right now. Back in February, we take a look at asking for people to provide us some good contractors that they've had experiences with, that they would recommend that we could add to our list. It helps us build that list. It helps us curate that list, and it involves our people in that. Now we've compiled it and we'll send it out. We'll cover more on that. Sold in your neighborhood. And then, as always, make sure you're getting all of your birthday messages out. Quick reminder too, if you haven't planned it already and you're going to do a pop-by gift for the second quarter, make sure you pull that up. Barbecue kit's a great thing that has always been super successful for lots of agents, whether it's getting some barbecue spices together, different sauces, things like that can be really inexpensive. But people are starting to get outside again, and this is a great one to help with that, as well as the picnic one is a great idea going forward. There's some great other items in here as well, but make sure to check that out on your membership website. Then real quick, just a note, if you have your one-page planner, really encourage you to make sure you hang that up someplace where it is highly visual for you, where you're going to see it every single day that you're going to be working. The Journal of Psychology and Education shows some studies where you can see 2 times the amount of achievement just by having that consistent visual reminder of those activities that you're going to do. So really encourage you to do that. Love to see it too. Anybody put in the chat, if you got it hung up in your office, let me know. Text me a photo or send me an email of it hung up there. Love to see those things as well. And now that we've been doing it for a while, I just want to remind all of you that, the hard work and the consistency that you're putting in, that is undefeated. I know right now, sometimes the market can be challenging, or sometimes it feels like, hey, I'm putting in all these activities. Some people are getting the results right away. Other times those results are just delayed, but that hard work and consistency you're putting in is undefeated. So keep it up. That's what we got for you this month. We went a little bit over, but that's $20 million referrals, 20 million in 20 minutes. Just as a final reminder, we are hiring true pros here. So if you received any value, from the $20 million system, share it with a friend, and please keep our firm in mind if you come across any agents or individuals looking for something new or different. We'd love your referrals. Looks like we got a little lineup of people waiting to interview already here. So appreciate everybody attending. If anybody has any questions, I'll stick around, happy to answer those, but it's good to see all of you again, and we look forward to seeing you next month.